Well, I mean, we've already broken so many eggs. I wouldn't even be able to figure out how we could depublicize, that's not a word, but depublicize our public ownership because it's so distributed now. We're sort of, even if you didn't want it, we've got it. The real issue to me is whether or not it's going to be run in a way which is even basically in accord with the public interest. And there are other hammers, but I don't think they'll ever be put in place. For example, federal incorporation law. Right now, there's state corporation law, and it's really a race for the bottom, where basically Delaware usually leads the pack, and they can't ever do anything so drastic as to outrage the federal government into looking at imposing its will through the SEC, although the SEC has tried at times. But that's, to me, a lot more important than, for example, trying to get rid of all public companies. I don't mind futures and options provided they're traded on recognized exchanges. The real problem is that you have a lot of strange little one-off dealers making, creating these crazy little instruments and then telling you what the value is. But the thing is, what people forget is just because a dealer tells you that some instrument is worth something, that's not a market. A market, to me, is a centralized entity where commodities or instruments, financial instruments with definite characteristics are traded. But we've just got this huge mess, and it may be, and I really don't know because I have not read the new financial bill, but it may be that there are places in there which would achieve some of the movement to recognized exchanges. But usually what happens is that either because of the lobbyists or because of the extravagantly intelligent Wall Street lawyers, that real or perceived loopholes will be exploited to avoid the more obvious and basic of these changes. So I'm without a reinvigorated SEC and without an attitude that the government's going to go after financial malefactors, which I haven't really seen. I mean, think about what happened. Have you seen a lot of people going to jail or even starting to? No, you're not going to. Because what happened was that the regulations and the law were such that you could basically get away with murder if you had a good lawyer helping you. And I really, one of my great disappointments with the Obama administration, to be honest, is that we didn't have a replay of what were called the Pecora investigations during the New Deal, when basically all of the abuses were publicized over many years to engender a widespread revulsion at what was going on, which was basically what's going on today. Just take it back 70 years, 80 years, and we haven't had that. So we ended up with a strange bill that came out that where it's huge in length, no one really knows what's in it, and I'm really worried about it, especially if we retrench. If you're England, for example, their financial sector is so important to their country. I'm not even sure they really can make it stick for a long period of time about trying to make them, walk the walk of ethics, because some of those people might just take up and basically take their capital and go to Singapore or something. And we're getting to the point where, unless we get control over this financial sector, it'll get powerful enough where we won't be able to control it in 5 years unless we've really started to make an effort. And I haven't seen it.